When O'Brien Stadium was under construction, I know you talked about kind of the vision for this place and how it could be a postseason environment. What does it mean to you now to see it hosting its first regional and potentially super regional?
Well, obviously the regular season and the body of work it takes to navigate not only our conference, which is super strong, but the challenging non-conference schedule we play, which I think really came back to reward us. There's a lot that goes into this. You heard the shared joy in the team and kind of seeing what that regular season felt like, and to see them getting recognized as a team, and then to be awarded a host site to do it at this facility, and then to be recognized with a seed. Just a real compliment to our players and the way they competed. I think particularly the way they competed probably games 2, 3, and 4 of the conference tournament after losing the first game, coming back and beating Baylor. Really good TCU team, really good Texas team. There was a lot of character that was revealed, and I think the way we finished probably gave us the opportunity to host and be recognized as a seed. And to have it here in Stillwater in front of our really, really fantastic fans that have come and supported us every single day from start to finish. And then hopefully the fans that will make it a point to get here. It's awesome to share it with them. And, to do it with Mr. O'Brien and his family's amazing support for baseball, to bring something to this facility is really special.
As far as the teams that you're matched up with, pretty familiar teams either from this season or past seasons, what's just kind of your overall first impression of the matchups you'll get in regional?
There's 3 really good baseball teams coming here to play ball along with our team. I think 4 highly competitive teams. Game 1 against Missouri State, we played him earlier this year. Coach Gutton's one of the best coaches in the history of college baseball. He's a veteran and a great gentleman, and they've got a very aggressive, physical team that just won a conference tournament. So our first game will be a great challenge. And then in Grand Canyon in Arkansas, we played Grand Canyon last year here 3 times. Coached with Andy Stankiewicz at Arizona State, their head coach, and know him. He's a dear friend. And they've played really good baseball this year. They're their regular season champion of their conference, so they could really play. And obviously Arkansas's a very fine squad, and they've been competing at the highest level for the whole season. I haven't studied their team yet, but I know they're excellent. So there's some really good teams coming. It'll be one heck of a tournament.
You've seen a lot of selection shows, so was it surprising at all that you were not only a host but a top 8 seed?
Well, we knew we were hosts as of last night, so from that standpoint, we kind of already mentally knew that was in our future. The seedings, I really had no idea what to expect, just because obviously the committee has a lot to digest in terms of what they choose to do and how they prioritize or rank your accomplishments, if you will. But I felt real good about what our team had done this year. In particular, I think the character that they revealed late in the season. We had a tough stretch there a couple weeks back, and we responded and bounced back from that. I thought that was a tremendous sign of our toughness and our grit to keep playing hard despite the fact that a few things didn't go our way. So really from start to finish, a remarkable amount of consistency. I think we only lost 3 series the whole year. We played an excellent schedule. We opened with Vanderbilt, who's in the regional. We played Wright State the second week, they're in the regional. We played, if I'm not mistaken, the 3rd week Gonzaga, they're in the regional. Our midweek games, as you know, in this region of the country were all regional teams with Oral Roberts and Dallas Baptist and Missouri States. And so we never really took a weekend off. We scheduled challenging baseball. We went on the road. We played tremendously well on the road and competed awfully hard in our own conference where we finished the game in the first place. So I thought our team performed at an incredibly consistent rate all year long. And I think they were rewarded for that body of work.
Is there an update on Bryce?
There's not.
And then pitching-wise, though, this week, do you feel like you have some different options than you had before after the way things went in the tournament this last week?
Well, I think if you just look back to the Baylor series and just work your way from there to this point, we had a great relief effort in that series from Mitchell Stone. Victor had a great start there. If you look at the conference tournament, Justin was outstanding. Victor, once again, had another really good start. Ryan Bogus was obviously really, really good in his start. Roman Fansocker's relief outing was really, really good. you start looking and thinking about some of the positives and the great outings that a lot of these guys are coming off of. I think we're much more confident coming off of some of those performances. And Trevor Martin looked really good in his outing the other day against Texas. So I think a lot of the kids are trending the right way. Kale's throwing the ball well. Marsh gave us 3 or 4 good innings out of the bullpen. So that 5-game stretch, there's a lot of baseball in a short amount of time, created opportunities for guys to get out there and find themselves a little bit. So I definitely think those guys all have a different self-view coming off of their most recent outings, and that absolutely is critical this time of year. So yeah, I feel like there's been a good opportunity that the conference tournament offered us and sharpened us up and prepared us.
Coach, these players have been coy, describing how tight-knit and how much of a family feel it's like to be a part of this team. How does it feel finally when you see them not only host, but super regionals?
Well, we're hosting regionals, obviously, and that's a thrill. And they are a close-knit bunch. And the greatest gift this time of year is time. It's hard to describe. You can't get ahead of yourself. You get excited because you see your name and you share that joy of hearing your name called, but then it's right back to work. That's all that is. They're pairings and their announcements. It's right back to lifting weights and getting your body right. It's back to getting your mind and your focus right and getting out here tonight and practicing and getting your skills right. That's what we've earned the opportunities to have more time together. Beyond that, it's baseball. And you can't get caught up in a celebratory moment and fail to recognize that really you work hard all year long to be in this position, so now you can go out and play your best. That's really how championship baseball is played, and that's what postseason baseball is built on. So the time that they've earned together to continue to compete and be together is special. It's the most valuable thing we have. And then the focus on playing good baseball now is my job. And once the excitement wears off here in the next hour, to create a game plan and get the boys ready to play.
Is it still pretty special to see Griffin get his first chance to play again this far?
Yeah, it's super cool to see first-year team members, whether they're freshmen or fifth-year transfers like him, come here and that the purpose of what brought him here was to be part of something special and compete for a championship. And he's been a great leader in just a very short amount of time here. And I know he's thrilled, as are his teammates, returning players, newcomers. What's really been fun to watch is how they've been willing to accept each other and become a team. And that's always your goal at the start of the season, but there's no guarantees that's going to happen. But whether it was Jake Thompson, who you sat here and visited with, who came back for his 6th year of college as a grown man and has been a tremendous performer, or a guy like Griff, all the way to an 18-year-old in his first year of college, there's just a lot of cool moments these kids are experiencing being on a team, and something that their particular group has worked hard to do, which is play elite baseball, and now give ourselves a chance to play this tournament here in Stillwater. So it's really full circle from when we started to now, and now it's time to, like I said, turn the page, move into postseason mode, and go compete for a championship.
How do you see guys like Jake and Griffin grow since they first came?
Well, I've seen them perform. A lot of their personal growth, who they were as people, they'd done great work on themselves as students and as people prior to getting here. Jake got here close to his degree and finished here, and now has earned his master's here. Griff came with a college degree and now is earning his master's here. So a lot of their growth as people, as students and young people, young men, they've done a great job building their lives to this point. Their growth on the baseball field is something that's probably been more visible to me as their coach, because they were so sound as people. But yeah, I think you look at Jake, what another consistently outstanding offensive year he's had. And Griff, despite being out 20 some odd games, his halfway splits, if you just took his numbers and maybe doubled them, gave him at least another half of what he's done, he would be having one of the best years in quite some time here. I think he's got close to 50 RBIs and 12 homers, and he missed 25 games. So obviously in the short amount of time he's been in the lineup, he's had a huge impact on our team.